Okay, quadratics. What type of root does the equation x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0 have? Well, what it has is if you go to your quadratic formula and you want to know what type it has, you just look at the discriminant, which is the part inside the square root, because that'll tell you whether it's real or imaginary. I'm looking at the b squared minus 4ac. If I go up to this problem, a would be 1, b would be 5, and c would be negative 6. Just plug in those values in. I'm just going to come over here and then plug them in. 5 squared would be 25, and 4 times 1 will be negative 4 times negative 6 makes positive 24, which is a 7. And then basically 49 has two real solutions because it's a positive number. So this one has two real solutions. And if you wanted to, if it was a negative 49, my answer would have been two imaginary solutions. And if it had been a 0, it would have been one real solution because there would not have been a square root. Square root of 0 is 0. All right. So that would be what type it is. And if I know what the actual answers are, I would probably just factor 6. And because it's a minus, I would subtract these numbers. So I have 6 minus 1 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. Well, I know it's 5, so I would have x with a 6, x with a 1. That's my dog scratching at the door wanting in. Basically, the larger number always matches the middle sign. And because it's a negative, they have to be different. And then if you set them equal to 0, x plus 6 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. And these are going to be inside liars all the time, what I call horizontal liars. X equals negative 6, and x would equal positive 1. The opposite would be the solution. Those are two real solutions. That's the way you can kind of do that. Now, here I'm going to write an equation. If I know that the roots are at negative 2 and 5, well, think about this here. One way to write a quadratic is basically you have some value a times what your factors are. So I'm going to replace m and m since my factors. So I have x minus the negative 2 for 1m. And n would be x minus the positive 5, which means I would have this here. And I just chose the value a and make an f1, so I can pick any number I want there. I'm just trying to make the work easy. And I could FOIL these, where you have x times x is x squared. The outside term would be a minus 5x. Multiply the inside term, it's just a 2x. The last term is a negative 10. And my two middle terms will go together on this. So x squared minus 3x minus 10 would be a quadratic function. Oh, technically, it's a quadratic function even right here. And it's also one right here.